that's a lot of people. Thank you. Well, thank you very much, and hello, Sarasota, special place to me. Special place, and I'm thrilled to be home in the great state of Florida with the thousands and thousands of proud American patriots who stand strong for faith and family in God and country. 3 days ago, I traveled to the southern border to witness Joe Biden's demolition of American sovereignty firsthand. You saw that. What a demolition it was. The Biden administration's willful and deliberate obliteration of America's borders and immigration laws is a crime against this nation. We will not stop and we will not rest until illegal policies are overturned. And there's so many of them. They work so quickly. Under my administration, we stood up to the Open Borders lobby, and it is a big and powerful lobby, and nobody knows why. How the hell is this good for our country? People coming in, they're releasing them from prisons. They're criminals at the highest level, murderers, drug dealers. We took on the corrupt special interests. We fought the radical globalists left, and we won. We won so much. When I left office, we had the most secure border in U.S. history. We ended catch and release. We ended asylum fraud. We stopped the migrant caravans. You know the caravans? They're coming back. They're coming back like never before. We deported criminal aliens by the tens of thousands. We achieved a 95% reduction in illegal border crossings, and we built nearly 500 miles of border wall, really big, powerful, strong border wall. Would have been nice if they finished the border wall, and they got to paint the border wall too. We needed another couple of months, it would have been complete. It took us 2.5 years of litigation. We were sued by the Democrats. We were sued by Schumer, Pelosi, the Democrats. 2.5 years. We won 11 lawsuits, and we started almost 500 miles. Incredible, but they got to finish it up. Just finish it up. Little sections left. Already bought, already paid for. The steel and concrete is sitting right there. Just put it up and get it done. But now Joe Biden has intentionally dismantled the border and allowed the cartels, coyotes, child smugglers, woman smugglers, the biggest smugglers, they're the women smugglers, drug dealers, murderers, and savage MS-13 gang members to infiltrate our country like never before. It's never been like this. Think of it, 6 months ago, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst and most unsafe border in history. But we are helping other countries because their prisons are very soon going to be totally empty. Thank you very much. They're sending them into our country. They're saying, we don't want these people. They're sending them into our country. Thank you very much. Thank you. Terrible, terrible tragedy. Tomorrow we will celebrate 245 years of glorious American independence. And it will not be canceled, by the way. It won't be canceled. And we will teach young people across the country that George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock will forever be American heroes. People want to take their names off buildings. Can you believe it? They took names off buildings like George Washington. And I told you, this is where they're coming from. We're not going to let that happen. They will never be purged from history or canceled from our hearts. The mission for all of us here tonight is to preserve the legacy of July 4th, 1776. And to defend our liberty from the radical left movement that seeks to cancel this date, demolish our heritage, and destroy our beloved nation. In just 5 months, the Biden administration has launched an all-out assault on everything we cherish and we value. Under Joe Biden and the left, I don't know if it's Joe, to be honest with you. It's somebody. Does anybody know who it is? It's somebody. Speech is under assault like never before. Religious liberty is being crushed. Nobody took care of religious liberty like we did. Dissenters are being persecuted. Our streets are being overtaken by vicious thugs and bloodthirsty criminals, Democrat cities. Our border is being erased before our very eyes. It was never stronger than the border that we created just a few months ago. Critical race theory is being shoved down our children's throats and into the ranks of our military. And our generals are even going for it. Maybe they're just doing that because they think that's politics. They ought to focus on China and Russia and other things of far greater importance. Big tech monopolies are out of control. Men are allowed to play in women's sports. So unfair, so crazy, and so bad for women's and the whole women's sports movement. So unfair, so bad. It'll end, it'll end, it'll end hopefully sooner rather than later. And our leaders are weakly bowing down to Russia, Iran, and communist China. There's only one way to save our nation. We have to work harder than ever before to win the colossal victory for America First Republicans in the midterms next year, and we have to keep fighting exactly like we are for right now. And by the way, do you hear the new one? It was the Republicans. You know what they do? It's called disinformation, like Russia, Russia, Russia. Trump was so friendly with Russia. Trump worked for Russia. You know, they say it over and over on the fake news media. Oh, there's a lot of them back there. Ooh. Oh, boy. Trump loves Russia. You know, I'm the one that exposed the pipeline. I shut down the pipeline to Europe. I don't think they like me too much. But, you know, they say it over and over. And so now they're getting killed by the defund the police, which they're doing, by the way. But they're getting absolutely killed. So all of a sudden, they said today, I heard, and there's a word, disinformation. It's called if you say it enough, and keep saying it, just keep saying it, they'll start to believe you. We can't let that happen. Because now they're saying the Republicans wanted to defund the police. I said, you know, I heard it for the first time. I said, you know, did I hear that wrong? Please play that over again. You know, nowadays we can actually play things over again. I said, play it over again. It was the Republicans' fault. It is such a disaster what these people do. It's disinformation. They say it again and again and again. And after months and months of hearing it, and we have no free press anymore. The free press is truly gone. Other than a few sources, it's gone. So they get away with this stuff. We cannot let it happen. We have to be much tougher, stronger, and smarter. Take Mount Rushmore. You've heard this. I mean, nobody's surprised. They want to take down the Jefferson Memorial. They probably don't want to take it down. They want to take the statue of Thomas Jefferson out and replace it with somebody. By the way, let me tell you, you're not going to be happy with the person they want to replace him with. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Jefferson is being removed from the Jefferson Memorial and being replaced with the Reverend Al Sharpton. I don't think so. No. Well, nobody would have a problem with that, right? No, I could name plenty that they want to replace him with, and not good. It's not good. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. We stopped that. That was going to, they were heading that way, and I signed the bill. If you touch it, you go to jail for 10 years. And everyone turned around and they went back home. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thomas Jefferson Memorial is now going to be replaced by Joe Biden. President Biden is going to replace. You know, one thing I'll say, he made the State of the Union thing, and honestly, it was sad. It was sad. And I felt badly for him. I do, because I want what's good for the country. But this was a very sad situation, and Nancy was behind him. She had the single biggest mask I've ever seen on a human being. This mask went from her hair all the way down to here. The biggest mask I've ever seen, and he was making it. He had a hard time with the speech. He was stumbling a lot. A lot of bad things were happening with that speech, and I said, that's really sad. And then I turned on MSDNC and CNN. I just wanted to see what they thought. And they go, this was one of the truly great speeches of our time. You know, FDR, a lot of people here might not like FDR, but he was a great, elegant speaker, right? The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. Right, remember how beautiful the words were, so beautiful. The voice was so beautiful. The brain actually worked well. It was a good brain. And one of them on CNN said, this very much compares to the late, great FDR. They said that. And that's why their credibility has gone down the tubes. They were comparing his speech, which was sad. It was sad. They were comparing it to FDR. No, that doesn't work. But their credibility is at an all-time low. The media, the fake news media, is at an all. Did I have anything to do with that? I think so. I think it's one of my greatest achievements. I think one of my greatest achievements is explaining to people that the media in this country is corrupt, and it's corrupt. Going to go down as one of my greatest achievements. Biden canceled my 1776 commission to honor America's founding. Within hours of taking office, almost immediately, great people were put on that commission, great, great patriots. He canceled the National Garden of American Heroes. It was going to the great state of Tennessee. And he announced 1 year ago tonight to celebrate. This was announced about a year ago. It was going to Tennessee. We were going to build beautiful, magnificent statues to the greatest people in the history of our country. He canceled it. Why? Why would you do that? It was going to Tennessee. The Biden White House publicly took the side of the Olympic athlete who denounced the national anthem and who shunned our great flag. And in place of old-fashioned love of America, the Biden administration has new rules pushing hateful Marxist critical race theory into our children's schools and into our military. The poisonous left-wing doctrine is flagrant racism. It's plain and simple. It's pure, plain racism. It has no place in our schools, in our military, or in our country. When we take back Congress, Republicans must defund immediately critical race theory in our military and refuse to pass any spending bill that does not stop these mine trainings and restore order to our borders. With Joe Biden and the radical left, it is always America last. It's America last. Look at what he's doing. It's America last. Other countries are laughing at us. They can't even believe it. There is no mountain we cannot climb. There is no summit we cannot reach. There is no enemy we cannot match. There is no challenge we cannot meet. There is nothing we cannot do. Because we are Americans, and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue. We will not bend. We will not break. We will not yield. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down. We will never, ever surrender. My fellow Americans, our movement is far from over. In fact, our fight has only just begun. You know that. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So with love of America swelling in our hearts and the spirit of July 4th, 1776 stirring in our souls, I say these words to you tonight. We will make our elections free and safe again. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Sarasota. Thank you, Florida. Enjoy the fireworks. Thank you, everybody.